Stop the cap.
Oh, I should have dove right into the issue with this Ebony K. Williams topic, and that was my fault because I was hyper focused on her talking about being blessed and God, and like God has anything to do with her becoming a single mother by choice. Like that's something that God would want. I pointed out my irritation with black Christians and this nonsense. Everything something that they consider positive happens in their life, they always want to attribute it to God, despite the fact that she sat up there and in one of her interviews, I believe it was the Breakfast Club, where she pointed out that most black women could not do what she's doing because she makes a lot of money. It's $15,000 a pop for the in vitro fertilization, and that is what is what has allowed her to do what she's doing. Most other women out in the black community that want to have a baby and don't want to deal with patriarchy and don't want to deal with getting with a man's program, all they're going to do is go out here and get pregnant by some dude that's probably not the sharpest tool in the drawer. His money is not right. She's going to go and get the baby that she wants, and then she's going to come and have powwows with other black women and talk about how woe is she and woe is black women because black men are so dusty. This whole situation with Ebony K. Williams has nothing to do with dustiness, nothing whatsoever. You got people bringing up the bus driver, which was the suggestion that Ayala made. Ebony K. Williams has not dated any bus drivers. There's no bus drivers in any of this conversation. And I know that the internet went crazy. Oh, you're single. Oh, you date bus drivers. Fuck all these niggas talking about a woman that has a law degree, even though she didn't make her money from her law degree, but she's an accomplished woman. She's on TV, all that. I do not expect a woman like that to date a bus driver. Nobody should expect a woman in that range and that caliber to date a bus driver. But that's not the issue here. But people keep bringing it up. The women keep bringing it up because they want to continue to talk about dustiness. Because that's something that I guess all black women can relate to, and that's all they want to keep it to. It's no different than I'm at the black woman melanated beauty contest. There's nothing but tens in here. All dark skin, all fine, all attractive, and there's some brother in the back that all he wants to talk about is how 60% of black women are overweight, or excuse me, 80% of black women are overweight and 60% are obese or something like that. Right? Or we're at the black woman beautiful bikini contest. All the women are 24 years old. None of them have kids. And this dude just wants to say, well, did you know that 61% of black women are single mothers? Yeah, nigga, I know. But ain't none of the women in this contest right here that we are judging have any damn kids. So why are you bringing that up? You see? And the same thing, with the dudes that, I got guys in my comment section to bringing up Ebony go, I don't think Ebony K. Williams looks that good. Nigga, shut the fuck up. Shut up. It's already been identified and pointed out. First off, Ebony K. Williams and even that whole panel that she was on filled with nothing but light-skinned women. From the left all the way to the right, all the way to Melissa Ford. All those women were light-skinned, and all of them were single. Why were they single? Ooh, now let's have that conversation, since these women are the quote-unquote preference, and their light-skinnedness, right? Because that's the colorism argument. But here we can see that despite their light skin and so-called light skin privilege, it does not trump their a demeanor and their orientation and their, as men see it, bad attitudes. It doesn't trump that. It doesn't matter how yellow you are. It doesn't matter how long your hair is. It doesn't matter how hellified your body is. If at the end of the day, a man can't do anything with you. Ebony K. Williams was married. Ebony K. Williams was with a Jewish guy who already had kids. I think that was a dumb situation. And then, she is over there shooting down 2-week vacations to France. See, that's not a dusty situation. There's a lot of black women out here that will never experience a black man or any man for that matter, offering them a 2-week vacation in the south of France. And here you got Eboni K. Williams turning it down like it's nothing, right? Eboni K. Williams is going to be out there in LA filming her show. Eboni K. Williams is going to be in South Florida, right? At the lawyers conference, right? And when Charlemagne pressed her, it was like, sounds like that's coming from experience. I wouldn't lie to you, Charlemagne. Yes, tell us about all the experiences that made Eboni K. Williams sit up there on that panel with all them light-skinned women and talk about how successful men are not looking for a peer. I don't know what made Eboni K. Williams or any other woman think that men go out here and they get themselves together so that they can sit there and enter a relationship with a woman that they got to fight over the power dynamic of the relationship. We have been saying this since 2008. Okay? Again, the video from who was the woman that sent me the video? The video where she was like, not dumbass Sergeant Williepete, but Mr. Sergeant Williepete, speak to this. And the title of the video, and you can find it in my videos, my video catalog. Do you want the man or do you want the power? These women like Eboni K. Williams, they want the power. They're not willing to give up, the power. And as she said on the panel, she said this is not exclusive to black men. She's been over the fence. Again, it's a patriarchal world. That is how patriarchal men are. When you're dealing with the upper echelon of men, the top men, the type of men that would qualify for what Eboni K. Williams would want, it's not that the men weren't attracted to Eboni K. Williams. It's not that they didn't want to get with Eboni K. Williams. It's not that they didn't shoot their shot at Eboni K. Williams. It's the fact that Eboni K. Williams wanted to be in a relationship with the men in that bracket, in that caliber, that would view her and treat her as a peer. And that wasn't going to happen. We've been saying that. Men do not look at women as peers or equals. They simply do not. We have been saying that men do not go out here and kill themselves to get themselves established to operate in these equality relationships, ladies. I don't know how many times we have to say it. You all keep trying to deny that. You want to run around talking about dust. I got an argument the other day with some white woman that was like, I forget what it was. The video, I think it was about men and self-deletion and depression and something like that. And the women came in the comment section talking about, see, patriarchy hurts men too. And women talking about smash the patriarchy because it hurts men. Okay, ladies, I got a way for you to, let's smash patriarchy together. All of you go out here and get and date, men that are financially beneath you. We can end patriarchy tomorrow. Actually, we can end patriarchy tomorrow by noon by all women on planet Earth dating down. Oh, I'm sorry. What is that? None of you want to do that? None of you want to date down. But yet somehow that has no impact on men fighting for position and trying to compete with each other to be the best of the best of the best of the best so that they can get the woman that they want, since all women, or let's say the majority of women, want to date up. They want to date up. All these women talking about smash the patriarchy, but all of them want to date dudes that are financially ahead of them, can offer them more than they can offer themselves. But what they don't like is the goddamn power dynamic. I'm like, how is this supposed to work? I mean, you want to talk about women are oppressed? No, men are oppressed in what modern women are trying to present, because what modern women are trying to present is a scenario where the man goes out here, he makes the lion's share of the money, he's doing the majority of the providing, right? He's paying for everything, dinner dates, the house, the car, buying her luxury cars, buying her items, you name it, probably helping support, even some of her extended family, all of that. But when the man asks her to do something, she don't want to do it. When the man says jump, She don't say how high. She want to argue talking about, you can't tell me what to do. But yet somehow men are still supposed to go out here and open their wallets and give everything to women and everything that women want. That is oppression. That is slavery. Right? Because what was the dynamic of slavery? Dynamic of slavery was the slave works for massa and doesn't get anything in exchange. Right? The slave owner is literally extracting the labor and the life force from the slave. And that's literally the dynamic that modern women want when it comes to men. Men don't get anything that they want. Everything is an objection. Right? A man can't get it. He can't get a helpmate. He can't get support. He can't get a woman to follow. He can't get an attractive woman. He can't get a pleasant woman. He can't get a woman to clean his clothes, wash his clothes, anything. Anything. These women don't want to do it. Make sandwiches, rub feet, none of that. But these will be the women that are like, I need a man, and he needs to make 6 figures, and he needs to buy me a Lexus, and he needs to have me in a 5-bedroom house with a 3-car garage, because I know I'm worth it. And somehow that's not delusional. That's not delusional. And so what the women constantly want to do, and all they got to do is simply just stop dating all the dusty men that you all claim that you're dating. Why are 61%, if black men are so dusty, why are 61% of black women mothers? Why is it that only 46% of black men are fathers? Why is it that black women outnumber black men by 2 million? There's 22 million black women and there's 20 million black men, but yet there's a gap between mothers and fathers of 4.2 million. Why is that? Why is that? Where are all these babies coming from? Clearly, you all are sharing men. Where are all these babies coming from? You all talk about how you want these, you got these ambitions and high standards, and there's so much dust, but yet all y'all got babies seemingly by dusty ass dudes that you complain about and that you're not with. For further evidence, I direct you to any number of Kevin Samuels videos with these women calling in that already got kids, sometimes multiple kids, by multiple men, talking about they want a 6-figure dude. The delusion is over 9,000. And yet every time we try to have this conversation, not just about the delusion of women, but also the whole aspect of, y'all are avoiding men that have their shit together because you don't like the power dynamic. Yes, you want a dude that is rich and wealthy, and on paper it looks like, yes, that's the man that you want. That's what you'll say that you deserve and that you demand. But when it comes to the power dynamic, like Ebony K. Williams, when you discover that the man is not looking for a peer and he's looking for a woman to get with his program, that's when you all object. And that's when many of you all would rather deal with the nigga that doesn't have his shit together, because that nigga can't tell you what to do. And y'all need to own that shit. But y'all bitches don't want to own that shit. You want to come online and all you want to do is talk about, oh, there's Dusty and I was ready to get married at 19 and you like make up shit like getting people to believe that you went out here and you got with a doctor and the doctor impregnated you with a baby and then left you for a white woman from Kansas. The fuck out of here. Nah, y'all was running around sleeping with the very dudes that y'all claim dusty. There's another layer to that where, despite the fact that he's quote unquote dusty by conventional standards of traditional patriarchal society, meaning like he doesn't own a home and he doesn't have, a stable career that has an upward trajectory and all that other stuff, you all find those men sexy. A lot of those men speak to the rebellious nature that's already in you because you don't want to have to follow standards, rules, and regulations and structure. And you like the fact that he doesn't follow rules and regulations and standards and structure, right? So that's exciting to you. On top of the fact that additionally, usually he has some what do you want to call that? He's got some stains. Right? He's got some flaws, some character flaws, some personality flaws, maybe some criminal history, and you can hide your bullshit behind that. You see that, oh shit, he got a felony. Oh, that nigga can't tell me nothing. So what if I'm this way or that way? So what if I did this? I did some foul shit. Who cares, nigga? Nigga, you been to jail. So don't sit there and judge me. Don't talk about me. Who are you to judge? Oh, black women, they love that. Again, going back to what Love Dorsey told Antoine, right? Russell ain't about to do no fuck shit. He's not about to do you wrong. But see, a lot of women, they want to be the black woman. They want to be the woman that is done wrong. They've been watching too much like Waiting to Exhale or something. They want to be that woman. And as I said before, the days of black men walking around wearing, a scarlet letter because you want it to be that way, no matter what. I like what somebody said in my comment section. It's like everybody acts like there's no such thing as a black female loser. If a black man hasn't accomplished X, Y, and Z or doesn't have X, Y, and Z, he's a loser and nobody has issues saying that. But somehow, some way, there's no such thing as a demographic of black women that are losers. Like Eboni K. Williams, right? They'll point to her career, but in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter. If a guy was in the same position as Eboni K. Williams and he wasn't married and whatnot, people look at that guy as a loser, not married, not doing it all. Nigga, you useless. You're not even making any contribution to the community, nigga. That's how people would look at a man in the same position as Eboni K. Williams. But yet, when it comes to women, and they're not chosen, and they end up being single, there's no such thing as about, hey, maybe there's something wrong with her. No. At every turn, this is, again, one of the reasons why mentally I gave up on the gender war. Because I told you, the black women want, no matter what they're going through, it has to be because black men are dysfunctional. And black men have to be the ones that falter. We got to be the ones that are broken. And any piss poor decision the women make it's never due to their own decision. It's never underneath their own volition. It always has to do, well, a woman had no choice because of the patriarchy. Oh, well, a woman had no choice because there aren't enough options to choose from. A woman had no choice because the men are colorist or self-hating. It always has to be that. It's never, chick, you're not wifey material. It can never be that. It has to be that there's something wrong with black men, that's the reason why this woman is single, right? Despite all of this, again, read the comments. All you gotta do is go on YouTube and read the comments underneath all these Eboni K. Williams, type of videos. The comment that some brother wrote underneath my comment section, which I think is a woman pretending to be a brother, but that's neither here nor there. The point is the co-signing of this sort of idea that what Eboni K. Williams, she's living her truth and she's going and she's bringing a child into the world. What did I say? Hold on. Let me get the phraseology right. Let me make sure my statement is let me go back. Hold on. Where's it at? What the hell? Why is it I can't navigate my phone whenever? Yeah, here it is. Henry Molambo. I don't know. Henriquette Molambo. Pete, you're just salty. She gets to experience motherhood on her terms. She doesn't have to answer to no black man. I'm so happy it's a girl. And then I responded and I said, this comment speaks volumes because of the selfishness built into it. She gets to experience motherhood, but the child she's having doesn't get to experience a normal two-parent household or two-parenthood, with the love and guidance from each parent. That is important. That is important. See, but the women, the stupid part here is, and I'm not gonna say all women think this way, because I've definitely seen some women. Samantha Cooker is one of them, surprisingly, but I got to give Samantha Cooker credit, because as much as I can't stand the fact that she's always trying to have a Ray Ray and Pookie argument or a Dusty argument and everything, she does call women out on their bullshit and the stupid ways in which they think. To sit all this, the selfishness is over 9,000 because all this, oh, she gets to experience motherhood and doesn't have to answer to a man. Yeah, but does her child get to experience a two-parent household? Do they get to experience Christmas with mommy and daddy together and be in a household where you got both the masculine and the feminine? Right? Because let's face it, there's just certain things, even as a daughter, that you need from your father. And there's certain things that as a daughter you need from your mother. When it comes to, how to put on makeup, how to be, a feminine woman, your mother's supposed to teach. If I had a daughter, I'd be like, well, I don't know what you're looking at me for, right? But when it comes to being an example of how to be a positive man, teaching my daughter what she should be looking for in a man, that's where I come in, right? That's where I'm supposed to step up. But we have these stupid ideas. Oh, I'll do it on my own. Again, this is not a dust conversation. 2-week vacations to France, previously married with the Jewish guy, right? And again, out of Eboni K. Williams' own mouth, they don't want to appear. How do you know this information, Eboni K. Williams? You must have been in relationships with men who were on that level and discovered that that's not what they were looking for. And as soon as you realize that, you rolled the fuck out. I mean, even when Eboni was up on the Breakfast Club and she was telling that younger black woman that was in her 30s, I think the woman was 30 or 31. Eboni at the time was 40 or 41. That's a 10-year gap. Eboni literally was sitting there trying to tell her, I'm telling you what it is from experience. And the sister was just, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I ain't listening to that. You got Naomi Campbell at 50 years old. She apparently did the same thing Eboni K. Williams did. I didn't fucking know that. But Naomi Campbell has come out. Hold on. Let me not misquote Naomi Campbell. Where is it at? Hold on. I know because I sent this to him. Nope, that's not it. Oh, here it is. Naomi Campbell had 2 kids after 50 and has a message for young women who don't want to be moms. Hold on. Let me pull this up. Where's it at? Yeah. Naomi Campbell had 2 kids after 50 and has a message for young women who don't want to be moms. You will change your mind. And I understand economically it is tough, but my mom had nothing and she made it work. Campbell told the Times, of London. And I call bullshit on that because I'm like, Naomi, you're a wealthy woman. You're a wealthy woman. Again, I don't encourage struggle love and I don't encourage struggle dynamics. But something has to be said about this whole issue in the black community where it's promoted this idea that we should have a black community where black women are better than black men. And then anytime we have a conversation, and I know because I've been in the goddamn school districts, anytime you have a conversation about focusing on boys, all the problems are with the boys. All the boys, they not graduating. All the boys, they joining gangs. All the boys, they out here committing homicides. I think we should focus on the fucking boys, right? The squeaky wheel should get the fucking oil. The flat tire should get the fucking air, right? No, not in the black community. The focus is, we need to focus on the girls and make sure the girls go out here and get to college so that they can major in a bunch of fluff and a bunch of freaking humanities and underwater basket weaving, so that they can be hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt instead of focusing on the boys who, again, the women are going to say they want to date up to. All the women are talking about how much. Okay, so it seems to me that the black community should be more invested on the economic viability and empowerment of black boys developing into men. No, that's not what the black community wants to talk about. What the black community wants to talk about is the black community wants to talk about how we need to focus on the girls, and the girls need to be strong and independent, and they're leaving the boys in the dust. Then when it comes to marriage time, then the women are going, oh, boo-hoo, ain't nobody on my level, blah, 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 blah. And then when they come across the guys that are on their level or exceeded their level, then the conversation goes into the, I ain't submitting, I ain't following, I smash the patriarchy. I'm like, so even when a guy is there, you avoid him because you've been gassed up and you believe that you're supposed to either A, be in this fake equality bullshit, which really isn't equality. It's just you want to be a boss bae, right? So it's either some fake equality bullshit, and I'm gonna call it that, or damn, what was the other thing I was gonna say? And or you just want to have a situation where you feel superior to black men. I personally believe black women have a profound inferiority complex, and this does not get discussed enough. They I went to school with these chicks. I went to school with black women that came from the hood. They're the worst ones. They come from the hood. They're not used to running across black men like myself who grew up in the burbs and are quote unquote articulate black men. They're not used to that. They used to being surrounded by niggas because they came from the bottom. And then they get to college and they were top of their class and everybody was giving them praise and gassing their heads up. And then they get to college and then they come across the niggas that not only are majoring in harder shit that they're majoring in, but the niggas don't even have to really put too much effort into excelling in the harder shit. So they start feeling some type of way. What are you majoring in? What STEM? Oh, what are you majoring in? Oh, the humanities. And they feel some type of way, but they're like, oh shit, this nigga, not only is he here, he's smart. I don't like the way this makes me feel. I want to feel better than black men. And anytime I come across a black man that's doing better than me, it doesn't feel so good. I don't like the way it makes me feel. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back to the ghetto from whence I came, and I'm going to hang around them niggas. It's like what Waka Flocka said about what Dick Gregory, said about why the fuck are you riding in an expensive car going back to the hood? So you can feel better than all the niggas that have less than you? Yes, that's exactly what black women are doing. They don't want to be around dudes because it takes away their shine. Society already doesn't acknowledge their beauty. Society already makes them feel, less than. The rap videos make them feel less than. There's no thirst. There's no lust. There's no desirability, right? That's how they feel, right? So here you got black women, you strong, educated, you doing it, girl, blah, 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 blah. You got degrees. Yeah, and they want to maintain that high. They want to maintain that feeling. But the only men that they're going to be able to maintain that feeling around are niggas that don't have their shit together. As soon as they get around the brothers that are doctors and lawyers and certified public accountants and mayoral candidates and shit like that, they don't feel, as high and mighty as they like to feel. And so what do? It goes back to what Jeezy said. You know what I mean? When the motherfucker got his shit together, bitches always want to call him arrogant. You know what I mean? Like, and first off, anybody who achieves a high level, in a stratified society, yeah, they're going to feel some sense of accomplishment. You know what I mean? And to some people that want to act like, oh, we're all on the same level, it's like, no, we're not on the same level. I put in the work. I put in the dues. We're not on the same level. And black people, we really don't like, stratification unless we're talking about black women being better than black men. That's the only time that we like stratification in the community. Like I said, one of the main reasons I walked away from this conversation is for this fact that black women want black men to be beneath them. They do not want us to be ahead of them on any level. And the only time they seem to recognize when a black man is ahead of black women and when black women feel some type of way, it's so crazy because if when the man has it together and he's doing better than you don't like the fact that it makes you feel less than and it makes you feel inadequate. And so you do everything in your power to sabotage that relationship or that dynamic or that interaction But then you're quick to identify, it's all dust. You want to claim it's all dust. These guys don't exist. But then you're quick to identify how successful a black man is when he's over there with another race of woman. When he's with the Latina or when he's with the white woman. Now you want to talk about what you're missing out on or what the black woman is being denied because of these colorist niggas and how much they're self-hating and they don't want the black. Yeah, but you don't want him. Because what you want him to do is you want him to come around you and diminish his accomplishments, which is a very weird thing, right? Because you want validation by being chosen by a man who is more accomplished than you, right? Because that's why the whole them being with white women is such a problem, right? It's an issue for any accomplished man to be with a non-black woman because he's validating the non-black woman. He's not validating a black woman. But when it comes to the day-to-day operations of being with a black man that is ahead of you, you all don't like the power dynamics. You want him to diminish himself. But if he diminishes himself, I'm like, well, how do you get the validation if he diminishes himself? So you want a wealthy black man that acts like a dusty that's dependent on you, and somehow, like, how do you even create the situation of dependency, right? For all you women bragging about, I let this nigga sleep on my couch, I was holding it down, I was this, that, and the third. Okay, so when a man is ahead of you and he is paying for shit and buying stuff, how do you create that system of dependency? And I've even seen black women try to artificially create it, where you get into a black man can't do anything without the strength of a black woman. Where, that whole, I call it the Michelle Obama, Barack Obama effect. Where despite the fact that Barack Obama went to Harvard, despite the fact that he graduated from law school, right, and despite the fact that he became president of the United States, it'll be argued that he wouldn't have accomplished any of that if it wasn't for Michelle Obama. He would have never became president if it wasn't for Michelle. That type of, that she contributed to his grace, to his greatness. I'm not saying that she didn't, but what I'm pointing out is the way that black women come in the room and literally try to take a brother's shine. It would be like a brother is literally, he's at a basketball game, he won the championship and he's up there and the girlfriend comes running up right as the interviewer is about to interview, her boyfriend. She comes up, grabs the mic, you hear the mic go, you know what I mean? She's like, don't you want to know who I am? Don't you want to ask me some questions? Oh, yeah, I'm the girlfriend. You can catch me at Bad Baddie, at Bad Baddie Bay, at Boss Bitch, at underscore 215 at Instagram.com. And you can catch me there. You know what I'm saying? I'm over here. I'm doing big things. I'm like, damn, this is about your boyfriend winning the game. Yeah, but see, he wouldn't accomplish what he wouldn't have got to where he got to if it wasn't for me, because all the nights that I was sucking that dick, you know what I'm saying? I was inspiring him to be a great NBA player because I got to tell you about how crusty of a basketball player he was when I met him. So I built him up. I made him. My name is AKA Keisha, AKA Build a Nigga Johnson. That's my name. It's like, oh my God. I'm like, you cannot let a nigga shine in his own light. It always has to be that if a black man accomplishes anything, it's because of a black woman somewhere. But black women are self-actualized. They become awesome just the minute they come out of the womb, like it's fucking immaculate conception. But black men, nah. And see, this is, again, when it gets to a point where it feels like there's no difference in being with a non-black woman versus being with a black woman, in terms of that sort of support, like emotional, spiritual support, that's when I'm like, mentally, I'm done with the gender war conversation. Because I'm like, damn, we do not exist as black men just to somehow, cater to or feed to your ego, you know what I mean? And then it's this untenable situation where you can't win either way. If you're awesome, the women are avoiding you because that makes them feel inadequate, right? And then if you go off and you got to live your life, if you hop the fence and get with other races of women, you're only reinforcing their insecurities and reinforcing colorism and reinforcing why black women need to go out there and do it themselves, because there's nothing but dust and men who are over the fence. That's the only thing that exists in the black community, right? And you got, what is it? One quarter of black men that are hopping the fence, and then black women act like it's all self-hatred. And none of that is the result of the things that we have that are all over the internet. That's another thing. See, the shit that black women could have pulled in the 90s, where they would just go up and say some shit. There were no numbers. We didn't have any stats, nothing. And they could just go up there and just say some shit. And we'd be like, yeah, I guess she right. No. Those days are over. You know why? Because social media is a double-edged sword. Because many of you all have demonstrated and shown your behavior and your inconsistencies online. You all think that you're making sense. And then you literally post the shit online for the whole entire world to see and analyze. And the thing is, it's like y'all, I'm gonna tell you what's funny. Y'all like Israel. Y'all like Israel, where you just think you just do whatever. Oh, we're going to bomb the Gazans and everybody's going to co-sign it, because we're defending ourselves. It's like, nah, nigga. Nah, that's not how it is. Because we see that's not how it is. And I look at black women in a very similar way. Because it's like now other people can see it. Now white women can see it, and Asians can see it, and Arabs can see it, and Latinos can see it. All these other communities can see it. They're not going to sit there and look at black men and be like, oh, we don't get it. No, we see it. We see it now. And that doesn't leave that, like, black women are not only is people looking at black men and going, yeah, we kind of get it, but then, like, this isn't helping black women's reputation when it comes to them interracially dating and swirling it up. That's not helping their reputation. People see the ridiculousness. They see that shit, just like that video clip of that black woman that went down to the Dominican Republic and tried to control that dude, and they were sitting there talking over the translator and shit like that. And that dude was like, look, you can have all your money back. You don't run me. Fuck out of here. She really thought that. She really thought that she was going to go down there and do it. I mean, the orientation of African American women, not all of you all, but a lot of you all, is completely the fuck off. And it doesn't seem like anybody can sit down and have a civil conversation with you and be like, no, this is wrong orientation. And again, one thing I'll give Eboni credit I'll give Eboni Williams credit, is the fact that she went up there and she told her story, and even though she's, still, full steam ahead with her plan, which I don't think she should be promoting that, but she's telling the women, look, these guys are not looking for peers. You want to date in this bracket, these men are competing, and that's another thing. You are not going to have a space where these men are competing with other men to the competitive nature of the business world and the job world and the corporate world. They are fighting to get these spots. They are fighting to make that type of number. Cutthroat business, cutthroat interactions. The shit can damn near get violent. Okay, they are not going to go out there and do all that and then acquiesce and capitulate to you at home. It is a man's world, and men got to go out there and they got to fight that shit. It's a whole bunch of not just egos, but there is a whole bunch of freaking stare down contest and everything else. Who's the baddest motherfucker? And all of them are trying to do the same thing. All of them are trying to acquire resources that they can take back to their family and their children. That's what they're trying, or their wives and their children. That's what they're trying to do. And somehow black women think that they're going to come in the room and stand toe to toe with black men in that regard. And again, additionally, the mistake that they make is they go out there and think that they can take that dynamic and apply it to every other race of man. There's a reason why African American women are the least wed population in America. There is a reason behind that. And I'm not going to sit here and say that all of the reason is simply because of, their attitudes and belligerence and beliefs and all this other shit. You know what I mean? The black community has a very real economic problem. But the belief system that black women believe in and operate in is a huge contributing factor as to why the shit does not work. I witnessed it. I witnessed it. Where there was a woman and she was trying to pass her boards, and she was dating this white dude, and he was passing his boards. And I remember he told her, this was outside, he told her what they were talking about. Well, what was your score? He's like, oh, what was your score? And he told her what his score was, and she blew a gasket because she couldn't believe that he had a higher score than she had. And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, chick, I know you didn't think that you were supposed to score higher than them, and then have a bad attitude. Don't get me wrong, there's women that they score higher than men all the time on their boards. But it was the way that she reacted to the fact that his score was higher than hers. I mean, it was like she suddenly didn't like him. And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, yo, this is unbelievable. And again, this is why a lot of you all end up struggling. This whole conversation has nothing to do with bus drivers. It has nothing to do with how Eboni K. Williams looks. As a matter of fact, the fact that she's a light-skinned woman only further supports what brothers have been saying, because she's not winning. None of them light-skinned women on that panel were winning. Ain't a black woman sitting there saying, yeah, but I bet you would accept all that nasty attitude and bad attitude if she was light-skinned. Why are all those women single on that panel then? Why are all those women on that panel without a man if what you're saying is so true? Why don't they have men? Melissa Ford still looks good at, what is she, like 47? She up there with them black stockings. Ooh, I love some black stockings. And if they're lacy black stockings, I love them even more. You know what I'm saying? She up there with her legs crossed. I just want to take a bite out of her legs. You know what I'm saying? But yet, not with anybody. Claudia Jordan is another one. Go back and look at the old pictures from like the early 2000s of Claudia Jordan. When was anybody not checking for Claudia Jordan? Same thing with Vivica A. Fox. Go back and look at the old pictures of Vivica A. Fox. When was anybody not checking for Vivica A. Fox? You know what I'm saying? And then I saw a post recently where people were talking about Serena Williams and how her head is all big and she done a whole bunch of work, to her face. And sisters was like, nah, colorism. And men was this, that, and they talking bad about Serena Williams. Brothers have always jumped up and down about Serena Williams. Now, Serena Williams may not have been every single brother's cup of tea, but you go back and you look at, like when Jamie Foxx was up there, serenading Serena Williams when she was up there in the orange dress. Look at her whole frame, her whole body, I don't know what happened to her head. Her head just got bigger. She looks like the Beauty and the Beast show from the 90s. She got kind of like that cat face, lion face thing going on now. I don't know what she did. She trying to live up to the white beauty standard. That's the white man's problem. She with a white dude, maybe she didn't hang around too many white people. I don't know. You know what I mean? But she just got bigger. I damn near suspect she might have a slight pituitary issue and something that you call agromegaly. She might have that going on, so the hormone fluctuation, but that's neither here nor there. I'm just saying, when you look at the old Serena Williams, when she was, not old, I'm saying when she was younger, when you look at them old photos of Serena Williams and you compare them to now, you would pick the younger Serena Williams over what you see now. And obviously, that comes with age, but real talk, like black people, like Serena Williams is only in her, early 40s? You know what I'm saying? Like it shouldn't be, as athletic as she's been for so long, it shouldn't be that drastic of a change. But something happened where, I don't know, something happened where it seems like she just got more masculine, like in terms of just the proportions and size, her shoulders, her arms, her hands, or, her abdomen, just her head, everything. I don't know what it is. I'm looking at it and I'm like, I'd like to check your pituitary, but that's just me. That's just me. You know? So, but women would, I saw some women try to make some comments about that. I'm like, and again, you got the younger generation. I'm like, look, yeah, the younger guys, they don't know the younger Serena Williams. They were like 10, when she was younger. You know what I mean? So when you see a 30-year-old guy talking about, Serena Williams or whatever, like, or a 20-year-old guy talking about Serena, then they saying hell to the no, yeah, because they didn't see what it was before. You know what I mean? But dudes have always jumped up and down about Serena Williams and all she built and she this, that, and the third. I'm not going to say that she had the absolute most attractive face. There's other black women in the black community that are more facially attractive than Serena Williams and equally as brown. I could bring up a freaking Goldie Brooks. I could bring up from the freaking what is that? The Tracy Ellis Ross's show. What was the name of that show? Sisters. What was the name of that show? I forget not Sister. What was the name of that show? I can't think of what the name of the show was. But and then who else was up there? Jill Marie Jones. You know what I'm saying? Like there's plenty of brown skin. Garcelle Bouvier, right? Right? There's plenty of women that were, every time, motherfuckers, one of the main reasons I used to watch the Jamie Foxx show was to look at Garcelle. Like, who is this fine motherfucker here? You know what I'm saying? Freaking, Tatiana Ali. The list goes on and on. There's plenty of brown skinned women, who's the chick? What's the name chick? The Voorhees chick, Lisa Turtle, right? Plenty that you could point to that are just as brown and look good, and guys was talking about, back in the day. But hell, freaking quiet as it's kept, people used to jump up and down about fucking Spinderella. Again, people try to deflect to all. See, it's easy, like I said, like I started this video off. It's easy to sit there and dismiss what's overly obviously easy to dismiss. It's easy to dismiss dust. It's easy to attack dustiness. It's not easy to sit there and, a dude goes up on a show and says, hey, I work at NASA, and you screaming pineapples. Or, hey, I'm a dentist. Pop, 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 pop. It's like, whoa, with the dudes. What happened to all this? I can't find anybody on my level. And the black women, we so educated, we educated, and we out here killing it, and there's nothing but dust. Y'all don't act like there's nothing but dust. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. No, yeah. No, is that right? Am I saying that right? Y'all don't act like, there's nothing. Yeah, y'all don't act like there's nothing but dust. Because if there was such a drought and it was nothing but dust and it was nothing but the Dust Bowl out here, the way that y'all be popping these balloons and the way that y'all be screaming pineapples, you know what I mean? And again, this goes back to the whole, again, you got 54% of childless black men to pick from. You know what I mean? Yeah, y'all act like there's an abundance of dudes to pick from. Like as soon as you pop the balloon on the dentist, there's going to be another one coming around the corner. That's what y'all act like. Despite all the arguments that you come online saying. Because when you come across these guys that got it together, I make this, I do this. Like the brother, I make 250,000. You know what I mean? And y'all popping balloons and shit. Really? The brother make 250 and y'all popping balloons? That don't sound like a lot. Really? Nah. What y'all saying, what y'all complaining about does not add up to the reality. And again, we have the numbers now. We have the numbers. We know what it is. I got a woman writing a comment right now talking about men complaining about child support. The majority of men don't even have kids. So stop with the who's talking about child support. Majority of us don't even have kids. The majority of you all do. The majority of you all do. If anybody should be online complaining about how there's a shortage in the black community, it should be black men. It should be black men, because there's 4.2 million more mothers in the black community than fathers. Fuck out of here. But people want to sit there and they want to, try to attack all this low-hanging fruit. We had the Black Beauty Wakanda beauty contest, and motherfuckers over there talking about morbidly obese women, or talking about single moms in a room full of childless women. Shut the fuck up. All of you all, male and female, y'all can shut the fuck up on bringing up shit that has nothing to do with the topic. This is why the conversations can never move forward. Fuck what the bitch looks like. No. Let's talk about, you want to bring up dustiness? Okay, what happens when you come across a dude that has his shit together? See, they don't want to have that conversation. Just like Eboni K. Williams didn't want to have the conversation about, the guy with the 2-week vacation in the south of France. I mean, again, I'm done. I am done at, there's so much dust in the room, and truck drivers, and there's dustiness, and does he own the truck driving company? There's so much dust. Okay. 2-week vacation in the south of France. I'm gonna be in LA filming my show. I'm gonna be at the lawyers conference in South Florida. We don't have anything to discuss. See, you can't say that and then come back, later on. I had to go down this route of becoming a single mom and going the path of in vitro. What happened with the dude in the south of France? Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. You didn't go. What happened? What happened in the situation that led up to you not going to the south of France? 2-week vacation in the south of France. And she over there, just, I got better things to do. Okay. And that's why there's probably some white woman sitting on that yacht right now, as opposed to Eboni K. Williams, and you're going down the path of in vitro fertilization and becoming a single mom by choice. But that's niggas' fault. That's black men's fault. Fuck out of here. Anyway, that's my video. SWP out. Don't forget to comment, share, like, and subscribe.